guys, welcome to the Purls of Color podcast. This is episode 15 and I'm Sarah. You can find me on Ravelry as Sarloz, and we have a Ravelry group over there called Purls of Color. Please join if you like the podcast. I have some knit-alongs going on and some giveaways, and you have to be a member of the group to be able to participate in those. So please go over to the group and join if you like the podcast. For those of you who are watching, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. For those of you just joining us, I really hope you enjoyed the podcast. You can find it on YouTube and you can find it on my blog. Just want to clarify one thing up about the blog. I changed URLs. It went from Knitter's Delight / Sarloz blogspot.com or something like that, and I changed it to Purls of Color blogspot.com. And the reason I changed it was because I've had the blog for a super long time when I was using the username Knitter's Delight, but then I found that there were other people using that username, so on different resources. And then I wanted to do a podcast, and I wanted the podcast to be called Purls of Color. So I changed it, and then I felt like the URL just didn't reflect the website anymore. I felt like it just didn't make sense. So I did change it, and I think it's caused a little confusion or loss of viewers. The last podcast I posted on my blog didn't get as many hits as it normally does, and I think that's because of the URL change. So I did reactivate the old URL, and now there is a link on there that will redirect you to the current blog. Hopefully that helps people who have had it in their bookmarks and who aren't always up to date on watching episodes find us again. So just to clarify that, there is a notice in the Ravelry group that has the new URL, and there is also, every time I post a new episode, I do have a link on where to find stuff. So you can view it on YouTube and on my blog. On YouTube, there will always be a link to my blog, so you can read show notes. So you should be able to find me, and I apologize if there was any confusion. I also want to talk about the group for a little bit, because we have a knit-along going on right now. It is a Martina Bam Cal. I always say her name wrong, I think. Anyways, you just have to knit one of her patterns, so the Hitchhiker or the Trillion or one of her other ones, to be part of the knit-along. And it's running from May, I think it was like mid-May, until the end of July. So if you're viewing this, watching now, and you realize that you have something that qualifies, feel free to join in now, and feel free to go and put that on the FO thread. We have, I don't think there's a lot of people participating, so you have a good chance of winning if you do enter an FO. And right now, the winner can get a shawl pin, and I think it's just absolutely gorgeous, from Shawl Pin Heaven. shawlpinheaven.com. That'll bring you to our Etsy website. She did give us I think it's 15% off code, which is very generous. I don't have the code off the top of my head, but it's in the show notes from the last episode, and it's also in the Ravelry group. The chatter thread and the FO thread for the knit-along has all the information you need for the coupon code and for entering. So that ends on July 31st. I'll pull a winner on August 1st. If I can't get a video up by then I will contact you via PM and then just mention it when I get a chance to in the next episode. But I want to get that out to you as soon as possible when you do win. So a lot of that will probably be happening just on Ravelry if I can't get an episode up in time. Also, after that, in August, I will have a sock knit along. And Never Enough Time was generous enough, Never Enough Time Yarns, I should say, was generous enough to donate one of their heel-toe contrasting skeins. This is, ooh, I keep dropping everything, I'm sorry. It's Never Enough Time. I love their colorways. I feel like they just speak to me, and really, their colors just really are me. So it's a 75 superwash merino, 25 nylon, and there's quite a lot of yardage in there. So altogether, you're getting 120 grams. Right, let me just double check. Yeah, of yarn, and that's a lot. That's a lot for the price too. They have good prices for this this set, and whenever I can, I try to buy their sets because I really love their colors and I love their yarn. I'm currently using one of their sport weight yarns to knit a cowl, and I am really enjoying it. And they're so nice. Their customer service is wonderful, and they were so generous to donate this to the group in the podcast. So that'll be for August. It'll be a sock knit along, and that'll run from August 1st to the end of the month. And then I'm hoping to do another knit along in September. We'll see what happens. So I just wanted to update you all on those. Also, we have a stash down thread going on the podcast group, and I haven't really participated much recently, and the plan was I would give you my updates each month, and I've just been doing bad lately. The projects I've been knitting have been really long progress projects. I just haven't been doing a lot of knitting on the small stuff, and the other stuff has been taking me so long to get done, and I've just had so many projects with deadlines that I just have felt overwhelmed. So my knitting is really slow lately. So I've been doing pretty bad on my stash down. I've been having slow outcomes, like my progress has been slow, and then I've just been buying yarn, which I really shouldn't be. I need to stop, like ASAP. Stop. All indie dyers, I don't want to hear about updates. As much as I love yarn and I love your colorways, it's not good for my bank account. Anyways, those are the two knit-alongs going on. There's the stash down, which I did when I started the stash down. I said I was going to be doing a couple giveaways throughout the year, and I apologize because I meant to do one sooner, and I just hadn't gotten to it. And I finally did. The winner on that is Lucci Lucy, and I want to thank you because you have been my biggest supporter, I have to say. You have always participated in everything the group has been doing, and I really appreciate that, and I'm so glad that you were chosen as a winner. And I'll show you, I did a random number generator from 2 to 14, and the result was 10. And let me pull up the board to show you. Ten was a beautiful baby sweater you did for your friend. And I also want to thank I think that's how you say your username. I don't know. I always feel like I'm butchering it. But it's Linda from Pennsylvania, because you also have been really good about participating in events on the group, and I really, really appreciate all that. And I know not everyone's able to participate for things, and that's fine. I just want to thank those of you who are showing your support and participating, because it really means a lot to me. So Lucy, please contact me so I can give you your prize. And you have two options. You have the option of a pattern that is $6 or under, or on Ravelry, or I can send you some stitch markers. It's the ones that I have. It's a lovely tea set, and I will take them out to show you. There is so they all have a loop with this green flower bead and 2 blue beads. And then they have a little charm at the bottom, all tea related. He has a little creamer. There's a little tea bag that says tea actually in the corner that you can't really see right now. There's a little sugar container. Here's the teapot. There's a teapot. And then there's a cup, a teacup. And there's actually 4 teacups. I mean, I just feel like if you're going to get matching teacups, there has to be at least 4. So there are 4 teacups. I won't show you all of them because they all look the same. So altogether, it is a stitch marker set of 8 stitch markers. So let me know which one you want. Just send me a message on Ravelry. You can just let me know if you want the stitch markers, and then let me know where I can mail it to, or if you want a pattern, and I will give that to you on Ravelry. And I'd like to get those as soon as you find out. I'd like to get them out. Hopefully I can get to the post office in time, in a decent time frame, I should say. So just let me know. So there's that giveaway. I think that's everything for the group. Actually, I do want to mention, so I recently started a sock scrap blanket, which I'm calling a cozy memory blanket. I think that's the pattern I'm using, and I need scraps. So if anybody wants to donate scraps, please contact me on Ravelry. Also, I want to talk to you guys to see whether or not you guys are also making scrap blankets or collecting mini skeins to make one in the future. Because if you are, I could start an informal knit-along for that, as well as a swap. Now, I know there's a bunch of groups that are doing, different podcast groups that do this. And I didn't want to jump on that bandwagon. However, I did start making one, and I have been enjoying it. And I just, like I said, I need some more mini skeins, I think. I did join a mini skein group on Facebook that I have mixed feelings about. I really like it, like the options that are available. And I like a lot of the stuff that's being done. I just not thrilled about it being on Facebook, because I actually was just thinking about deleting my Facebook recently. I'm just kind of over Facebook, and keeping up with swaps and stuff on Facebook is really tough. The notifications, it's not really as organized as Ravelry, but I am in a few of those, and I am getting some scraps. So if you guys as a group are interested and want to do a swap, even if it's just like a few of us, please let me know, because I can definitely do that. We can do a personal swap, like where everyone gets a partner and they swap with each other when they and you can contact each other about what weight you need, and maybe that way then you'll have an ongoing swap partner for these blankets. A long-term partner, not just like a one-time swap. The swap itself will probably be like a 1-month swap, or whatever you guys want to do. However, it would be nice if you could find a friend throughout your whole blanket knitting process that you could swap scraps with. And that's ideally what I would like like to do. So let me know your ideas and your thoughts. I will post a separate thread up so that you guys can give me ideas or what you think in that thread. So that's all for group activities. Why don't I get into my FOs? You know what, let me do my whips first because they don't take a lot of talking. My first whip is my scrap yarn blanket. And I have very mixed feelings about it. Some of it I love, some of it I really hate. I love all my variegated squares, but I really am not feeling the pink, orange, and green. I don't mind the green. I just don't, I don't know. Maybe I just don't like the orange. Hold on. Let's see how it looks. Maybe I don't mind the green. I don't like the orange or the pink where they are. So I'm going to start over, and I might make my squares a little smaller, although I do like the big squares. But I think I want to make them smaller. I'm doing a 56 stitch square right now, but I'm not thrilled. I don't know what it is. I'm just not feeling this anymore. I love these two squares, and I love my Birdie Box square. Most of this all is Gnome Acres. This last one is a sparkle base. You can't really tell. It's called Rosetta. It's by Storybook Yarns. The dye, I think her name was Jessica Cook. And I'm really upset that she's no longer in business because I did love her colors. But everything else is Gnome Acres except for this little square right here. I ran out of pink. And that is Shibito Bow. SEITBO. She had an Etsy shop a long time ago. I got this in a fat fiber box. And her shop is been on hiatus. But I'm just not feeling the color combo, I think. So I think I want to start it over with maybe 50 stitch squares, and then, which are a little smaller. And then I think I just want to do variegated. I don't know. But I think I just want to do variegated. I don't think I want to go with solid colors. So that's my scrap yarn blanket right now. And I really enjoy knitting it. I'm not feeling the colors. There's something about this that I'm just not thrilled about when I look at it. I don't think it's aesthetically pleasing to me at all. So I need to rework it. Another whip I have going on is just a pair of socks from my boyfriend in Corey Sock. It's a double gusset sock. I've shown you these before. I haven't made a lot of progress. I'm going to take them to summer camp with me when I'm teaching, and in between, like if I get to work a little early, I'll knit on them in the car. And then I have my hitchhiker, which I haven't made too much progress on. It took a back burner to baby knits and to another cowl that I'm working on. So I really love it. It's homespun. I've shown it to you before. The culling right now is not great. And he had the light in anyways, so it's not really accurate to show you. But those are the main things I have on my needles. And then my main piece that I'm working on is another Winter Breeze cowl, which is my own design. This one was requested by my boyfriend's aunt. It's in a semi-solid purple, which is like a lavender purple. It's not picking up at all on the screen. It is from Never Enough Time. It's their sport weight. Love it. It's super springy to work with, which is really nice. And I have a new progress tracker that I put together this morning. I prefer these type of clasps versus a lobster claw. I don't like lobster claws. I feel like they get stuck up in my stitches and that I can't put it around many stitches, and then I feel like it's too much weight on the one stitch it gets into. So I really like these ones. It's like those earrings. backs that you can use that have like the opening that opens up like a door. And then I just connected it with one of my snagless stitch markers that I've been making and added the little charm I bought. I bought this in a set of 4. There's 2 flowers like this. There's one that says live and one that says laugh. I'll show them to you actually right now. Live and laugh. They both got a blue bead, whereas the one with the flowers got a green bead. I just thought it was more fitting for flowers to have the green. And that's what that looks like. There's 2 of them. And then I made some more actually this morning too with these. I think they were part of a bracelet that broke because they were loops on them, connecting them, and it looked, and it was in one of those like $1.99 bins that like they put things that they no longer sell or things that have been, something's missing or, you know. So I just bought the 2 that I saw and I was like, why not? And they made some cute progress trackers. And I also had 2 zipper pulls. One of them broke. I got them a long time ago. The lobster claw on them broke. But I still wanted to use it. So I actually took the lobster claws off and replaced them with these. And now I'll use them as progress trackers and not zipper pulls. So one's a little turtle, which I love. And one's a little clown. One's a little clownfish. I think he's super cute too. But the turtle's my favorite. And now I can use them as progress trackers. They both got a blue bead because they live in the sea. So it just, color-wise, I thought it was fit. So yeah, that's my winter breeze cowl. This needs to get done ASAP. I was supposed to send it to Bosnia for his aunt when his mom went to go visit. She left 2 days ago, and this is all I have. His dad is going up in 2 weeks, though, I think. So I need to get it done to send up with him. So I really have to work on that. So those are my whips. I have some FOs to show you. I have my Ashton shawl, which I'm wearing right now. It's written No Makers Bungalow Gnome yarn. It was a skinny dunker that I got, which I love. It's probably one of my favorite skinny dunkers. It's very sherbety colored. It's got like peachy, pinks, and peach, and yellow, a little yellow, orange. Really pretty. Super excited with how it came out. It's really pretty. Gotten lots of compliments on it so far. And I love it. There's nothing bad I can say about it. I am so glad I chose this yarn to do it. I had started an Ashton shawl once before with some yarn that I got from Storybook Yarns, and it just wasn't working out. There was just something wasn't matching between the yarn and the pattern first off, and then I just kept messing up on the pattern. It just wasn't working. I don't think it was meant to be. That yarn has a purpose. I don't know what it is. I've started many things with it, and I just can't decide what it needs to be. It's in my stash still. And this yarn I was designing a pair of socks with, and I just wasn't feeling the socks, so I ended them. But I'm so glad I chose it for the shawl. It's just so pretty. It's so me, I think. So I'm really, really happy with it. I also finished the baby vertebrae I was making for my coworker who's having a little girl in September. I added a little feather and fan design to the underneath the arms. It's Bernat, Softy Baby, and Little Bo Peep, and Antique White. I did the cuffs a little longer than I normally do, and I'm super glad I did. I love it. I think it's super precious, and I think that she'll love it. I think it's right up her alley color-wise, and I found out also that these are the colors of her baby room, the light pink, pink and like an ivy white. So it's gonna look great. I also plan on making her a blanket using some fleece that has, using this as the top, and as the bottom I have like a white antique as well, like a cream color. And I think together that'll be such a cute baby gift. I will make a hat to go with the sweater as well. While I'm talking about the fleece, I did a no-sew fleece blanket with a crocheted edge versus tie edge. I love it. It's super, super cute. It's a bit big, so I can't really show it all to you. This is from my friend Maureen, who's also part of the knit club that I do. And she's having a little boy. She is due in 3 days. 3 days. So we'll see if she goes on that, her due date. But I love it. I like this alternative for an edge more than a knotted blanket. I've never used a knotted blanket, and I've never given one as a baby gift. But I feel like the knots would be rough, like dig into a baby, if you're using it as a blanket. If you're using it as a playmat, it's not a problem. But I found this alternative, and I will link the website I got it from. It's really simple. It's the same. You do the same thing you would do for a knotted blanket, but instead of knotting, all those little fringes you cut, you put a slit in the middle, and then you pull each fringe through the middle of each other. Like you just loop it all together. You chain it all together, just like you would when you're crocheting, and it gives you that flat braided look to it. So I might write what I did. I did a few things different, a few things I figured out on my own. I wouldn't say I did different. Just there was some stuff in the website that I used that wasn't completely clear. So I had to read the comments, and I came up with a few things that helped. So I might just do a little blurb on that when I post the show notes and stuff. Super easy. I loved making it. The other fleece, the pink one, will also be the same type of blanket. It was super fun. So I finished that blanket, and this morning I finished this little guy. And I think he's absolutely adorable. He's a little owl. Hold on one second. Alright, I just heard the doorbell. I think it's taken care of. So there's this little guy. The pattern is a free one on Ravelry. It's by DD's Crochet. There's a part in the pattern that's a little unclear about the wings. There's a diagram that doesn't have a symbol key. So if you've never used a crochet chart, it might be difficult. And the written directions for the wings is not the same. So it's a bit unclear, but it's super cute. And I added a little one of my snap-free stitch markers in order to connect this little keychain hook. And it makes a great zipper pull. It's the perfect size for a zipper pull. So I'll be making some more, I think, for that. This is going to be a sample for the summer camp I'm doing. I'm co-teaching jewelry making, and then I'm also teaching the book club. But the woman who runs it wants me to do a class for crochet. So one of the jewelry making classes is going to make him. They all might, because 1 week I'm there by myself doing jewelry making, so we all might just do this instead. But I think he's adorable, and he doesn't take long to make. He's very simple, so I don't think he'll be difficult for beginners to learn on. And it'll be fun. He will eventually become a pull on one of my knitting bags. I've been thinking a little more about making an Etsy shop, guys, where I would have some zipper pulls like this, or I would have some stitch markers, some no-sew fleece blankets, maybe some project bags. I have very up in the air about it because I don't get a lot of consistent time to do certain things. Like, I don't have anywhere to sew. My mom has several two wonderful sewing machines. They're old Singer ones. They both still work. But I just don't, I live between there and my boyfriend's house, so it's not practical. Like, I don't have a lot of time to sit down and sew, but I would like to. And I could definitely do some more stitch markers, I think. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. People have been asking me and telling me I should start one and put my knit items in there, but it's hard to price knit items because you spend so much time on them, and it's not just the yarn and needle, like needle cost, pattern cost, stuff like that needs to be covered. It's how much time I spend on stuff to knit, and I just don't feel like I could find a good, accurate price for it. So I don't really sell my hand knits online. If someone asks me to knit them a toy or a baby gift, I do, and then I'll just charge them something. But it's not something I'm too sure about, confident in doing. Those, I think that's all, guys. I feel like there was a lot more. I did record this once before and it died, like the video died on me. And that was about over an hour, and now I'm only 31 minutes in. But I think I showed you everything. I talked about the knit-alongs I have in plan or have going. I announced the winner for the stash down. I talked about my whips. I showed them to you. There wasn't much to show. And then my FOs. There's my Ashton shawl, my baby vertebrae, and this little guy. And that's it. Oh, and the stitch markers, which I showed you. Yeah. I hope you guys are having a good summer so far. I'll be working the summer camp for the month of July. August I will have off. I don't know how many podcasts I'll be able to get in for August. I didn't really get any in for June, and I apologize that it's been so long. I got sick halfway through June, and it lasted for a bit, and there's just no way I was recording. I mean, I was a mess. I think I had a bad sinus infection, to be honest. I just never went to the doctors. So I felt miserable, and I am still getting over it. Like, my throat is still a little, but that I think is mostly due to allergies now too. But I lost my voice and everything, so I just couldn't record. This week I'm recording solo because Stacy is working, and I just didn't know when the next opportunity was that I could take advantage of podcasting and being able to get her to join us. Because in July, my days are longer at the summer camp. I'm working until almost 4 o'clock, which means I'll get stuck in a lot of traffic on my way home probably. So I won't be home until later on. And I don't know how consistent I can get episodes out. So that's why she's not here today. She's still working on a hitchhiker. She just really hasn't had a chance to knit at all. She started her new job, and it's going well. She really likes it. She's just got a lot going on and hasn't really been able to knit. And we haven't even been able to get together like we were before. And I miss her. Join the group if you haven't joined already. You can participate in the giveaways that way. If you are a indie dyer, or if you have an Etsy shop, or if you sew or make anything, and you would like to donate to the podcast, please feel free to. You can contact me on Ravelry, and we can work something out. Maybe we can do a knit along or some type of thing to go along with it, to help promote you if you have a small business. anything like that, let me know. I'm more than willing to help you guys out. If you are a patent writer, patent designer, and you are releasing new patents, feel free to post that in the group. Feel free to ask for test knitters. Feel free to contact me about doing a patent giveaway or a knit along for your pattern. I am more than happy to do that for you guys. Yeah, and also let me know what you think about mini skein swaps or any type of swap. If you guys want to do swaps, I'm more than happy to do that. I don't know if I'll be able to participate in all of them, but I'm more than willing to get them started up for you guys. So I just want to thank all of you for participating in the events in the group, and I want to thank all of you who are watching the podcast and who are subscribing to the podcast, liking my episodes, sharing it, anything like that. I really appreciate. Also, if you guys have any information about how to get this on iTunes, please contact me. I keep meaning to look it up and ask my boyfriend, and I never do, and I'm just overwhelmed by it all. So if there is somebody out there that can help, I'd appreciate it. Thanks. And I just hope you guys all enjoyed the 4th of July. If you're here in the States, if you're not, I hope you guys are having a nice summer. And yeah, be safe. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.